Parts of flowers. What is meant by flower? The flower is the reproductive unit in angiosperm. It is concerned with sexual reproduction. A typical flower, as illustrated, have four parts. Now, see the entire structure. That means the different parts of flower. So see the innermost wall of the flower, which is pistil, the female part of the flower. It contains stigma, style, ovary. See the style structure of stigma and style and ovary. And this is the ovule. And the third innermost layer is stamen, which is known as male part of flower. So it contains anther and filament. This is the structure of anther and the tubular structure is filament. And see the colorful part of petal. And this is the outermost layer known as sepal and the receptacle part which have all the entire floral parts are attached in this part. We elaborate one by one. So the parts of flower, the peduncle, the stalk of the flower known as peduncle, and the receptacle, the part of a flower stalk where the parts of the flower are attached. So see the image peduncle and receptacle. And the sepals or calyx, that is the outermost layer, which is green in color and encloses and protects flower before it blooms. The second whorl is petals or corolla. Usually it looks colorful and scented, which attracts pollinators. These sepals and petals are non-essential part of flower. And the next whorl is stamen, which contain filament and anther and pollen. Filament is a thin stalk support anther. Anther is a knob-like structure produces the pollen and the pollen contain microscopic cells that become sperms. See, this is the structure of filament and this is the anther. So the entire structure is stamen. Next part is pistil, which is the female reproductive structure which contains stigma, style, ovary and ovule. Stigma, the sticky tip traps pollen. Style, slender tube transports pollen from stigma to ovary. Ovary contains ovules. Ovary develops into fruit. Ovule contain egg cell which develops into a seed when fertilized. See, this is the stigma and this is the tubular structure of style and here the ovary which contain the ovules. So the entire structure is known as a pistil. Now, what is perfect and imperfect flower? A perfect flower which has pistil and stamen, that means have male and female reproductive part. And the imperfect flower have only one sex, which is male and female. The stamen, which contain pollen and the filament, and the pistil contains stigma, style, and ovary, which is the male and female part of the flower.